All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Base Online Summit. Now I have Wai Yan, the co-founder and chief business officer from Vechnology Sdruan Berhad, to do a keynote with us on the aftermath of COVID-19, a big shift towards smart retailing. So before we start the session officially, I wanted, why not introduce yourself to us? Tell us a little bit more what technology. Tell us who are you, what your company does.
Sure, I would love to. Thank you for having me. So it's actually a great honor to be speaking at Base Online Summit. I was at Base conference back in Johor Bahru as well, and I love the idea of how you guys are doing it. So a bit of background on myself. My name is Wai Yan, and I come from Myanmar. I'm basically currently back in Yangon, and I'm seemingly wanting to get back to Malaysia, but because of the lockdown, things are getting worse here. Anyway, so I spent the last 3 years working with startups from different sectors across Southeast Asia. The very first startup was out of NASA, Silicon Valley, and we were focusing on augmented reality products to reform the education system in Myanmar. And then I started traveling in Southeast Asia, being the digital nomads for Singaporean companies. And then I came back to Yangon and I joined Draper Startup House as the general manager of the Yangon property. And then at the same time, consequently, I joined Recyclo, which is also a green startup where we are focusing on sustainable business solutions. And then later on, I met Lens and Evelyn, the early founders of Vechnology, and then I joined them as one of the co-founders, and I'm taking care of fundraising and international business expansion too. So what we're doing at Vechnology is we're building smart vending machines equipped with IoT SaaS cloud solutions and also with analytical solutions for the businesses, SMEs, and also the individual owners to extend their sales channels to get more money through vending machines. So we're basically want to build a digital ecosystem with the smart vending machines throughout Malaysia and beyond Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Nice. For how many units of vending machines have you guys deployed around in Malaysia?
Right. So the company was incorporated in 2018 August, and we spent around a year doing R&D, building different products, and then we launched our very first product back in 2019 August. It was called e-wallet, a unified QR e-wallet smart vending machines, and within 3 months we managed to deploy over 40 vending machines throughout Malaysia, and with that we have generated over 500,000 Malaysia ringgit. So the company has been going great, and even before the COVID-19 hits in, the business was running smoothly. We were already launching our third batch of product line, and the very first product was a success in Malaysia, right? So we were already focusing on our next line of product, which is replacing the 21.5 inch flat screen into 55-inch flat screen, so that we would be helping the corporates and also the big companies to do the product sampling, to collect the customer data and insights, and to sample out the products through the vending machines.
Cool. All right. So without further ado, let's get into your session and listen
Sure.
to your presentation. You want to start your screen sharing?
Yes. Give me a minute. All right. So you guys are seeing it now?
All right. Yes, we can see that. And I'll hand it over to you, Wai Yan.
Thank you.
Let's get started.
Thank you. So right, when I saw this Base Online Summit, I found it. It's quite interesting for me to share some insights on what's going to happen after COVID-19 in terms of e-commerce, since we are already in the same space. So that's how I come up with this idea of explaining how the customer behavior would change after the COVID-19. So, this is me. I've already introduced myself. I'm a 21-year-old entrepreneur, supposed to be living in Malaysia to disrupt the vending ecosystem there. I just wanna talk a bit about how is the current situation of COVID-19, right? So the Bill Gates actually made a speech. Sorry, made an interview saying that this COVID-19 could be a once in a century pandemic. But the good news is that there are steps we can take now to slow its impact and help to respond more effective when the next pandemic arrives. So I find it quite effective for us to realize as a business owners, right? Because this COVID-19 is something that we have never expected, but it is actually impacting the whole world as a generic case. There are already, over 1.2 million cases around the globe, and over 64,000 deaths in the whole world, and it has actually incurred the economic recession, the stocks market going down. Some of the businesses are, laying off their employees. Some of the business even need to shut down, and it is actually rising the employment rate. You mean in US alone, there are up to date 6.6 million people being unemployed. So that's actually a bad news. But if you look at Malaysia, right? Since we all are in Malaysia, we're really talking about Malaysia. I want to talk a little bit about how it is impacting Malaysian startups as well. So I actually looked at the survey from Magic, and it was pretty interesting. So they were doing a survey on how much percentage of the startups could survive if this COVID-19 keeps on happening, right? So 15.9% of all the startups would actually die after a month. So it is quite terrifying. But like there are only 2.9 percentage of the startups who would actually last for more than 12 months. So if you really look at the data, right, there will be about 40% of the startups and other social enterprises may fold if the COVID-19 drags on until Hari Raya Idul Fitri. So we as an entrepreneur, we as the founders, what we have to do is we have to put 100% efforts on how we are strategizing our business models. Should we pivot our business ideas? Should we build a new product? Should we lay off our employees? But the thing is, if you really look back, you just need to focus on these 5 R's. You got to rethink of what's gonna happen next. What have you been doing? You got to relearn the economy. You got to relearn the sector that you are in, and you got to restructureize your company, how your company is behaving, how your company is responding to COVID-19, and you got to rebuild the whole team. I mean, if needed, sometimes you got to even rebuild the product. Right now, right, the companies who are already being building other products now are shifting their business into producing hand sanitizers and also the hygienic products, right? Because if you really look at the market needs right now, you gotta go in, get the market share quickly, and get out from the market, and then rebuild the product that you have been wanting to build, and you're gonna reassess the formula or the journey that you are going through. With that in mind, I have actually been seeing the people from Malaysia are changing their purchasing behavior, right? So before that, we were super happy to go into the markets. At the weekends, me and my co-founders will be going to IKEA or to like big shopping malls, and just to get just to grab a couple of groceries. But right now, because of the COVID-19, people are no longer willing to have a human contact, because they already developed the fear in their mind, and it's actually affecting the economy, right? But the thing is that if you look at the situation, and if you can take advantage from the current situation, they could actually build something that we don't really need to have human contact and still making the profit out of it, which is, of course, enabling the managed buying experience, right? For a country like China, where the epidemic starts, they've already got this managed buying experiences over years, and people are loving it, because you don't really need to get the human power to run the business, to run an e-commerce, or to run a retailing business, right? If you want to sell something, like, you could just upload your products online, and the audience or the customers will just choose whatever they want, and you can just ship it to them. So that's an easy way of doing the business, and that's already been there in the past. But because of COVID-19, some of them will say, thanks to COVID-19, we are finally getting into the future of smart retailing system. So what's going to happen aftermath of COVID-19 is really important for entrepreneurs to think of. If we look at smart retailing systems, we're talking about seamless buying experience, right? If you have an app, let's say if you have an app, and you could actually get the product that you want from your app, and you go to, I don't know, like a manless shopping like retailing stop, and go and just show the QR code, and get the products, pay with mobile payments. I mean, talking about mobile payments, there are a bunch of great e-wallets booming in Malaysia, including this GrabPay, Mcash, and Touch and Go, right? And we gotta make use of it. Because I've read an article about how COVID-19 can spread out, right? It could actually spread out through through the paper money, the cash. So I mean, the technologies have already been there. I've been saying it, but the thing is, we don't realize the importance, the real scenario use cases of how we should adapt these technologies in today's world. But now it's a time. Now is the time where we should equip ourselves, where we should educate ourselves with how to use mobile payments. What's a buying experience, what would be the buying experience could look like to the customers. And you should look into vending technology, because vending technology is a technology where you just need to go to a vending machine, which could be right under your apartment, right in front of your apartment. Just go there and get something that you want and pay with a mobile payment. So that is the futuristic technology that we should be focusing on. And in order for us to build all these technology, we also need to know very well about AI and computer vision, right? So there's a company in the United States. They're doing very well in terms of smart retailing. So they're using computer vision. So instead of like people going to the machines, I mean, they still need to go to the machines to get the products, but they no longer have to click the numbers of the products that they want from inside the vending machines. What they can do is they can just open up the door. They take whatever they want, because there is a computer vision, there's a camera, there's a sensor, detecting like what kind of products the customer is taking, and your mobile payments will be automatically receiving the voucher, and you just have to pay it. So that's a futuristic technology. That's one of the futuristic technologies. I would call it as an exponential technology. And one of the important segments of this technology is analytical solutions, because right, if you look, I mean, if you're thinking from the company side, from the business side, you want to understand, if you want to come up with a new product, you want to understand if this product is going to work in certain customer segment, in specific area. But how do you do that? You got to know that you got to do a lot of research, but you still got to test the market out, right? So through this smart retailing process, you could get, I mean, if you could apply analytical solutions, then you could understand better about how your product is going to behave to the customer segment from that specific area. So with all these combined, this is something that the customers would want after, I mean, during and after the COVID-19, because this dramatic change is already happening. In China, the companies like YoPoint, they're already making a big shift towards AI vending machines. If you look, I mean, if you're looking at US, like they already have the companies. But if you look at Malaysia, that's what our company is trying to build. Our company has already, fostered the cashless technology in Southeast Asia. It's actually pretty exciting, and it's something that customers are also willing to adapt with. So, from entrepreneurial side, right? If you, I mean, I'm talking about smart retailing process, smart retailing category. But if you're a business owner, you want to see if this smart retailing business is going to work in the future. Well, it's going to work because we've already done the market researches, and that could actually worth 10 billion USD in the whole Asia Pacific region. By the year 2023, there will be over. I mean, that's actually a massive amount of vending machines. There will be over 4.5 million units of smart vending machines across APAC region, and its compound, its compound growth rate is crazy. It's like 12.1%. This is actually one of the booming sector in the whole world economy. That's why I'm telling my co-founders, I'm telling our customers that we all need to step back and look at how the future might look like. Peter Diamandis says the world's biggest problems are the world's biggest business opportunities. So if we are looking at COVID-19 as the world's biggest problems, it should also be the world's biggest business opportunity. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're willing to start a business, if you're willing to extend your e-commerce business, or just your retailing business, you could actually extend through this kind of technology, this kind of machines, which will give you you just gotta sit back, relax, and see your bank account rising up day to day. So it is true that we don't know when this COVID-19 would be stabilized again, when this economy will, as a general, will rise again. But if you are not innovating right now, it actually might be too late for you to grab the market share in the aftermaths. That's why on LinkedIn, I've been seeing the founders and the C-suite executives are responding to COVID-19, and they keep sharing about how they are either pivoting the product ideas, or how they are changing a little bit about their business models, which is actually what we should do as a general. So take advantage of COVID-19, and we got to prepare for the future. We got to prepare for what's coming next. I had a chance to look at the interview with Bill Gates by CNN. It was pretty interesting. Bill Gates was very calm, and saying the interviewers that this COVID-19 hasn't even reached to the peak point yet. We're only seeing the beginning, which means it might take longer than what we thought it would be. But the thing is, as I've mentioned before, this is the best time to rethink, relearn, and re-strategize, and actually re-access your business planning, your projections for next 2 to 3 years. I know it's actually very hard for us to raise funds. Some of the founders are looking to raise funds. It's actually a disaster during this period. But if you can persist during this period, and if you can prove that you are not going to die, but you're going to rise. You're actually preparing and preparing for the best out of the future. Then I'm pretty sure that the business will boom with the economy rising up again. So that's actually a nutshell of what I wanted to share with everybody here. And thank you for that. Thank you for paying attention, taking your time, and listening to my keynote. If you have any questions, or if you want to chat about how this futuristic technology might adapt with e-commerce, just drop me an email at waiyan@vechnology.com.my, or just shoot me a message on LinkedIn. My name is Wai Yan, and I'm actually checking in from Myanmar. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Wai Yan. And we're still going to have some time. I think based on some of the things that you shared, we want to go in a little bit deeper to talk about smart
Sure.
retailing, right? We spoke a lot about smart retailing earlier and what's going to be look like. We talk about vending machine, but in terms of this smart retailing, the whole idea from me, what I get is that it's basically leveraging on Internet of Things, products and data to be able to provide a very different and better enhanced user experience and customer experience to our customers, right? When they're coming
Right.
over to be it our stores, or say using a vending machine. Can you give
Right.
us elaborate a little bit more. What are the other smart retailing technologies out there? If I'm an e-commerce business or if I am a
Mm.
traditional business today looking at digitizing my business, bringing my business online, what are the other smart retailing options that I'm looking at?
Right, of course. If you, you must know about the Amazon Go technology, right? So they have this. They actually reinvented the whole buying experience for customers, right? They don't have anybody working in the shop lots, and you just gotta, you can just go in with your mobile e-wallet, which is, which was in China, right? In China, you could just walk in, sorry, which was in US, right? You could just go in with your e-wallet, and once you go in, they actually detect your mobile e-wallet, and they actually get the code, right? And then whenever you go into the different stalls and stacks, you grab whatever you need. There is a sensor detecting what you're getting, and you don't need to go to the cashier or anything. You can just walk out, very very seamlessly, and once you get out from that shop lot, and then they're gonna make a automatic payment. So that is another solution that how people or how Amazon is using this computer vision and also this e-wallet solutions into a smart retailing business.
Okay, we almost lost you, and you came back. So,
Right.
my,
Yeah.
my next question is right. So, we're talking about smart retailing. We're definitely looking at investing a lot more into the infrastructure of the
Mm,
business right now. And being within this COVID-19 situation, we're looking at least a 6 to 12 months time of
mm,
minimum. This is what kind of like the sentiment that we're talking about
yeah.
in the industry right now in terms of this economic recovery and the buyer confidence. Right now, we'll be thinking about saving their cash instead of investing in a lot in this thing. Is this an important time right now? Is it important to do right now to be investing into smart retailing infrastructures for your business?
Well, actually, this is a time for the businesses, right? For the company like us to really build the technology, because right. If this COVID-19 didn't happen, the competition is still ongoing, right? Would be still ongoing, which means like you gotta still working on your marketing, you gotta still working on your operations. At the same time, you gotta keep innovating your product, right? But the thing is, this is a time where like the entrepreneurs can just sit down and think about what's a technology that people would want to invest in. What's a product that they might want to get into after the in the aftermath of COVID-19. And this is a time where we actually should spend most of our time on building the right product. But for the customers, right, or for the small business owners, I know that when we're talking about these vending machines, or when we're talking about this smart retailing infrastructure, people actually think that it's very expensive technology. But the thing is, like, we have actually made it a super cheap, technology accessible for people in Malaysia, which is pretty amazing. Before I stepped into this segment, I always thought that these machines could cost me a lot, so that I wouldn't be able to invest in it. I wouldn't be able to extend my sales channel. But the thing is, we're only looking at what, like 14,000 Malaysia ringgit. If you're looking at different type of vending machines, you could actually get it with something with 12,000 vending machines. Sorry, 12,000 Malaysia ringgit, just to get a vending machine. And this ROI it's importing back in a crazily huge amount, because what you're gonna do is, you are not opening your shop, you are not sitting there and selling your products. But what you're doing is, you just go there. I don't know, like, it depends on the product traffic, right? You just gotta go there and do the replenishments, and get back home, and just sit, see your sales report online, and see your bank account rising up every day. So that's why we're saying that even during this COVID-19 period, people are now afraid to go to the markets. But think about it. If you can if you can easily get a snack, or if you can easily get the medical products, right, just like masks or gloves from a vending machine, setting up at your apartment, right under your apartment, right under your compound, it would be a lot more easier, and it's a huge business opportunity for people to invest in.
Right. So coming to this vending machines, interesting about as when we're talking about smart vending
Right.
machines. So how smart can a vending machine
Hmm.
be? Basically,
Right, that's a
yep.
very interesting question, because yeah, I mean, we have all been seeing this, big old vending machines, all across the globe. A lot of like vending machines were, produced by, I mean, Japan, China, and even from like US, right? So these vending machines that you see now is, you go to a vending machine, you see what kind of products you want, and you just click a number, right? And then you pay your cash notes, and then you will receive a change, and you get the product, right? That's how it works in a general vending machine sense. But what we're trying to do in a sense of smart vending machine is it's going to be a one-stop solution. It's actually a one-stop solution for business owners as well as the end users, which is the customers, right? So they no longer have to use a cash anymore, because our smart vending machines are equipped with unified QR e-wallet payment, which means whatever e-wallets that you may have, you can just show the QR scanner to our QR reader, and then you can dispense the product. But the other one is, we're not just smart vending machine doesn't just sell the hot cups and drinks, because this is a very common product that you can see from the vending machines. But these vending machines can actually dispense wide range of products, ranging from travel essential kits, medical products, even the pet foods, hot cups and drinks, to even to industrial use cases, where if you're running an industrial zone, and you have like 1,000 of employees, the labor, working for this industry. And then like you if you have this vending machine, which is the industrial vending machines, you can actually protect them by allotting the PPE equipments, PPE into the vending machine. So you issue the RFID cards to the employees, and the employees can come and just step into the vending machines and dispense the PPE that is belong to this RFID card. And then like, they're gonna have to wear it, right? Because one of the big challenges that the industrial owners are facing now is people, like the laborers, the employees, are not using the PPEs properly. And then once they get injured, then they actually claim for the medical expenses. But it was actually very hard for HR department to trace back what actually happened. But with the reporting system that you can access online, which is a cloud solution, IoT solutions, you could actually look at, okay, this RFID card holder were not getting this PPE product at this date, at this time. So that, I mean, once this happened to him, that we cannot claim back the medical expenses, because we were already allotting the products for him. So I mean, look at these smart vending machines not just for commercial side, but it can actually be used for like different use cases: commercial, industrial, medical, even the personal, like locker vending machines. You will no longer have to go onto your locker and open it up, because like the lockers sometimes might actually be dusty. A lot of people would touch it, but actually with our solution, you could actually show up your QR code, the locker will open up, and you can get whatever you have inside. So yeah, these are the few use cases of what's going to happen with smart vending machines.
Yeah, it's very interesting solutions that I mentioned about, especially in the B2B solution. Now, the next
Yeah.
question I have is, if from all these data that you've seen, you've been selling and building R&D, all these vending machines for different
Mm.
vendors and different customers. What kind of vending machine do you see it's going to be taking in trends moving forward? Is it for the food? Is it for the electronics? Small items, snacks, or drinks? How do you
No,
see this moving forward?
yeah, I mean, I see all the essential products are, I mean, viable trends that are going to happen. I mean, in the aftermath of COVID-19. I mean, we're not just talking about food. I mean, FMCG product. I mean, we're not talking about these F&B products, right? You might actually need I don't know, like phone charger. Like your phone charger just burned off at home, and you're gonna need this. You're gonna need to find like electrical appliance shop at the middle of the night, and you can't do it. And if you have a vending machine right down there where where they're selling, where you can dispense electrical appliances, that is also one option, right? And if we're looking at cosmetics, if we're looking at medical products, we're actually trying to work with a company in Malaysia, and to work on medical subscription medical subscription product, whereby they mean is, well, if you're sick and your doctor, your online doctor, give you a prescription, and that prescription can be dispensed from the vending machine, from the medical vending machine. So you go to the vending machines, you show up the QR code, or with the AI technology, with the facial recognition, you can this sensor can actually detect your face, and they can dispense what are the medicine that is included in the e-prescription. So there are like a lot of different cases, and I see this. I see like a lot of like different product categories could be viable for the aftermath of COVID-19, because I mean people will still, I mean, even after the COVID-19, right? Even the WHO announces that, hey, the COVID-19 is gone. We're now can everybody can return back to normal. But the thing is that we will still have the fear of being in the crowd. We will still have a fear of we'll have a fear of like being in touch with people, right? So this seamless buying experience could be, I mean, it's actually something that people should look into, and it's something the customers, the vast majority of customers might want to look into. Yeah.
Great. So one of these last questions that I had is, so
Sure.
if right, I were to start a business
Hmm.
using vending machine, right?
Hmm.
What would be your advice for me? What kind of industry and what kind of products you gonna advise me to actually do, especially after this COVID-19 period?
Right. So after this COVID-19 period, I think people would love to sell hand sanitizers and hygiene products, because this could still be something that people would use it for a day-to-day basis, right? So if you were to start a retailing business, and if you have like if you don't have like any idea how to extend your channel, you could actually invest in vending machine. Get a vending machine and put your hygienic products, and then you can just go back and relax. People will still buy hand sanitizers. I mean, now that you have raised that question, I might actually want to invest in one of my vending machines and start a hand sanitizer product. I mean, business during this COVID-19 period. Yeah.
Nice. So I think that's all that we had. Thank you very much, Wai Yan, for all our audience in the room. Thank you for participating in this session with us. If you have any questions, remember to type it out in the comment sections. Wai Yan is gonna still be with us for a while more, and he's gonna pick up some of these questions and answer your questions in the comment section. So once again, thank you very much, Wai Yan, for calling all the way from Myanmar, right?
Yes.
Thank you very
Thank you so
much.
much for
And
having
I
me.
hope you guys are coping well down there. I hope you're safe and healthy. And
Yep.
this is our session keynote with Wai Yan, the co-founder and chief business officer from Vechnology Sdn Bhd, the aftermath of COVID-19, a big shift towards smart retailing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.